Happy Tuesday, everyone. I hope everyone had an amazing Memorial Day and that you got to spend time with your loved and friends and just honored all of those people that gave so much so that we can have the freedoms we have to sit here and talk smack about each other. Let me say hello to everyone. I know a lot of people are working. They popped in earlier. Make that money, honey. Dodie, Mamita's working. Have a good work day. May S, my favorite Grinch. Hello, Vic. And Dodie, silent troll. My computer's acting up. Okay, Poppy, Penny Positive, Dukes. Hello, Fizzle. Linda Fontaine. Thank you so much for being here. We're just going to start it off with a little chit chat to let some people roll in. Hello, Daisy Joe. So, I don't know what's going on in your neck of the woods, but down here, the kids are out of school. So, all mine are home. I only have one left in school now. I have a boy and two girls. My son graduated a couple of years ago. Actually, he had a crappy year to graduate because that's when COVID hit. My oldest daughter just graduated, and my 9-year-old will be in fourth grade next year. She is going to spend the summer in North Carolina to visit her great grandfather and her great aunt, and so she's going to be away from me for a little over a month and a half, about a month and 3 weeks. So I'm just kind of soaking it all up and getting her ready to go on that trip. One thing I do want to go over really quickly is the mods. Everyone still has their wrench. For after this live is over, I'm going to be taking them all away. It's nothing against any of you. None of you have done anything. I'm just going to start over from scratch because there's like issues in some places, there's just stuff going on. I just want to make sure that the people that have a wrench want to have it. A lot of times, and I'm guilty of doing it, I've just given wrenches to people that I'm in other chats with all the time or that I know mod for other channels that I support. And a lot of us share mods. A lot of us have the same group of mods. And sometimes that can cause problems, right? Because then when one part of the group falls out, then it kind of puts everyone in a weird position. So if you have a wrench right now and you don't want to keep it, just email me. I'm going to put my email in the chat. Just email me, and you don't have to give an explanation. There's not going to be any hard feelings if you don't want your wrench, because whatever reason it is that you don't want it, trust me, I will understand. So I will never hold it against you if you're like, hey, I just really don't want to take care of your crap on your channel. Modding for me is very easy. Don't want any BS in the chat. I like to have a easy peasy chat. We don't all have to agree, but we do have to treat each other with respect. That's really all I ask. So there's my email. If you don't want your wrench or if you need to talk to me about anything, then you have a way to get in touch. I'm probably going to sound all robot-y right now. Oh, Tawan here. Hello. Someone else came in, Nicole. So good to see you. Anyone else who's snuck in, hello, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. So, it's been a long time since I've talked about any of this crap, because one thing that you'll notice about me is I don't really get on here and talk about all the YouTube politics and drama, right? It's just not my thing. That's not what I signed up. I try my best to stay out of it. So today I've kind of been backed into a corner where I have to, rehash a couple of things, but I feel like I need to address it, because you can call me any name you want to. You can not like me. You can just not want to have anything to do with me. That's good with me. But when you call into question my integrity and my ethics when it comes to dealing with cases, then we're going to have an issue. And a few days ago, that's exactly what happened. Someone tried to rewrite history and make something into something that it's not. So we're going to listen to a little something something that prompted all of this. Hang on, let me answer this text real quick. We're going to listen to a little clip of something that prompted this, because it really pissed me off. And, ever since there was this fallout it was a little over a year ago now, I've kept my mouth shut. I only spoke about it one time. It wasn't that deep for me. Not in the YouTube sense. It hit me like on a personal level. Just, I dealt with it behind the scenes in my own way. I got through it. But lo and behold, the bitch is doing it again to other people that, she loved right along the time she said she loved me. We were all in it together. It was freaking exhausting being this person's friend. So let's listen to this little, kind of put some things into perspective. Let me make sure it's turned up.
What are you talking about, though? I'm hearing what your question is. I'm happy to answer.
Okay, hang on. I gotta start it over.
Then what are you talking about, though? I don't understand what your question is. I'm happy to answer it.
Okay.
Then what are you talking about, though? I don't understand what your question is. I'm happy to answer it.
Okay. My question is, why did you come up to my stream in August and pull that big to-do, and then somehow get me on the call for 13 hours questioning Linda?
How did I do that?
All of you.
Okay. I went on your panel because I thought that we could reach her. There is documentation in the same video you're talking about that shows that.
I'm sorry, documentation in the same video that I'm talking about that shows what video that I'm talking about? The one
it shows how I ended up coming on your panel. It was to try to
get the live is up. I know you came on my panel. I'm sure I know you got the link to come up on my panel. I'm asking you why I ended up on a 13-hour phone call questioning Linda as if she had done something when it had nothing to do with Linda.
Don't know. On the call were you. So I don't know, Tiffany.
Okay.
I was just in the call like you were. Upset, pissed off. Because she lied.
No, I don't believe she did.
You don't believe she did?
No, I don't.
Linda
is a victim of Penny. Linda was sought out by Penny, and Linda was targeted by Penny, just the same
Oh.
as Lisa Key was.
Okay. I don't know what
they both lost sons. Linda's son was he trained canines okay, for a living. You know Linda, right? And what she went through?
No, I don't. I saw her.
You don't know. You don't know that she lost a son or nothing.
I know that because she was on your panel at the time Sue dropped off. When she
Jenny, how do you not know all this stuff?
I know.
I believe the one with the database doesn't know any of this.
Why does that have anything to do with Summer's case, Lisa Kay? I don't understand.
I never said Lisa Kay, Lisa Key, not Lisa Kay, had anything to do with Summer's case. I said that Linda and Lisa were both targeted.
Okay. Well, Summer's case is what the database is about. So why would I know about
Right, and I'm asking you, how, with a database, would you not be able to understand, I mean, you know just about as much, probably, if not more, than I about Linda, so how do you not know?
Linda or...
I mean, you got access to the whole Discord when Penny opened it up, right? Way back before anybody else was allowed to see anything.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, I thought you were Lisa Key, that's what...
Lisa Key was sought out by Chasing Justice. Chasing Justice and Penny were supposed to make a channel together before she ever made a channel with Scott. Chasing Justice sought out Lisa Key, who lost a son. Okay?
Okay.
Penny sought out Linda, who also lost a son, promised her that she would help her, that she had connections to the TBI agent that she needed. She also posed as a fake federal agent, Jenny, and was involved in that, and promised Linda she would get answers for her.
Beep, beep, back the fucking truck up. Because I didn't seek out anybody. So we're going to talk about this because Lord knows it's been talked about in all the videos about Aaron Key and his case. But some people need refresher courses, I guess. I am a part of countless Facebook groups that are about missing people, you know, cold cases, unsolved cases, questionable cases, controversial cases, cases that are in the midst of corruption. I'm in all these groups, okay? So if you consider checking into one of my Facebook groups one morning and scrolling down and seeing a story about what happened to her son, seeking her out, then yeah, I sought her out on Facebook. That was it. I offered her the platform. I told her a little about myself, about my education, what my career goals are, about the nonprofit. I mean, I was completely transparent about who I am, what my capabilities are, and what I can do for her. I offered her a platform to come and tell her son's story because it was getting zero news, barely got any at all since the day it happened. There are so many things wrong with that case. There are so many, you know, dirty law enforcement and just crooked people involved. All of the suspects and their immediate associates are all sketchy. But that's where it ends. That's how I met Lisa. That's how I started talking about her son's case. How dare you try to involve me in a bunch of crazy ass shit that I have no knowledge of? I was in a part of Summer's case in any capacity except for the fact that I was sitting there the first day that AB was talking about it. Tiffany, you got me by default. I was already a supporter of AB's channel. You just happened to come along. So I know that's how a lot of people found you too. A lot of people said they didn't even know who you were until they saw you with AB. By default, I started talking to you, and you know, you were a completely different person when I first knew who you were. The Tiffany you were back then on panels talking about Summer and acting so professional and put together and everything was great, and you know, you were like the poster child for true crime. And I think that's where you kind of got a little full of yourself. because you treat people like shit on the daily. People that you say you care about and you love. And I never wanted to talk about any of this when you iced me out. Not the first time, but the second time. I fell for your shit twice. So, yeah, the second time around, it hit kind of hard because I didn't think you would do it again. But I don't know why I would even think that, because there was really no closure the first time around. I'll tell you, the bad thing I did, what was so horrible that she just threw me away after all the shit I endured just for being associated with her, it was because I said something in Libby's chat. I don't know how many of you remember Libby, but she used to have a channel, and the same thing happened with Libby. Like, I watched what I should have known better, because she got pissed at Libby, and there was this big ordeal, like in a voice chat in Discord, and I kind of felt bad for Libby, but like, yes, Tiffany, you offered her the opportunity to go talk about it in private, and she was like, no, we can do it right here. And you were so hateful to her because she commented in someone's chat that you didn't get along with. And that's exactly what you did to me. So before I like mended fences with Libby or anybody, I was in her chat and they said something about, I don't know, like Libby was going through something. Other people were giving her a hard time. And I made a comment and said, um, basically that everything comes back around. I said something about the food chain. And that was just basically saying to Libby, look, you guys were assholes at this point and now you're getting it back. It's just the way the world goes. It wasn't anything it wasn't anything against her. It was just a general comment. But I was the devil. But now, mind you, there were like 4 other people, I think 2 other mods of Tiffany's that was in that same chat. But I'm the one that, got a spanking over it. So that we got over with in a couple of days. She was like, it was just a misunderstanding, blah, blah, blah. I was like, look, at what point do you decide, okay, I'm not on duty anymore as your mod. Now I'm a creator in my own right, and I'm going to go where I want to go. I would never tell any other creators that they can't go somewhere or listen to something because I don't get along with that person. And I don't allow people to do that to me. Like, I just don't expect it from people. Maybe I should. But what happened with this heifer has like molded me into the person I am today on here and how I handle things. Because the second time she burned me was even worse. It was another situation where I was extended an olive branch, and it was not a big thing. Again, I made a random, harmless comment, like clarifying Levid's name in a chat. They were like trying to figure out how to pronounce it. And I just made the comment. I said, his name is Levi. He goes by Levid. And I spelled it out. And then I was given a wrench. Okay. Caught me off guard. It is what it is. Everything was cool after that. And then the kicker was, though, shit. Within 3 minutes of me getting that wrench, she already like kicked me, blocked me, banned me for life. Like, I was her friend that morning when she wanted me to message someone for her because she was blocked. Well, Tiffany, if you weren't such a dick to everyone wouldn't block you. I don't get blocked anywhere. Like, there's only a handful of people blocked me, and it's probably because I deserved it, and it's people like Ernie Shell. He blocks me all the time. I'm unblocked now, but it's just because I'm not an asshole to people. That's why I have the capability to message someone when I need to. But yeah, it's hot mod. No, I think someone, and I know I saw him in here, Scott H called me the head Indian. I got called horrible names, and people didn't like me simply because I was her mod. It wasn't because I did anything. It wasn't because I was a horrible person to them. They didn't want me around because of her. And when everyone was pissed off at her about that damn marathon, I was there for her. I sat on the phone with her for hours and hours. I was a good friend to her. I was a good YouTube friend to her. And when I first started my channel, yeah, whew, come a long way. It's been 2 years almost since I've been doing this. But probably the cherry on top, though, was when she got a wrench on the same channel that she got pissed at me for having one on. But she took it a few steps further. But then once she got her wrench, then all the people that quit talking to me before, they were all talking to me again, throwing up the little hearts and all that stuff. And it was like nothing ever happened. So it was all good then. Hell, even during that brief amount of time, I would let her know, hey, someone's putting out all of your, and you may want to go check this out. Or I would let her know, I was just being that same good person that I always was to her. And now she's doing the same thing, except worse. The shit you're doing now, Miss Priss, is like so far beyond what you did to me. What you did to me just shows your petty, nonsensical way of looking at life. It's and you know what? If people want to celebrate, and I know that this is such a hot topic for everyone, this whole summer's day thing, and I can look at it from both sides of the fence. I can understand why both sides feel a certain way, but I don't know. You can look at it as being disrespectful on the worst day of Summer's life. Or you can look at it as celebrating the life she once had, putting that love and that kindness back into the universe that Summer would have probably brought to the world had she never gone missing. I don't know. With any situation, I try to take a step back and look at the big picture so I can get a clear view of both sides. I try to work it out, both, the positive and the negative in my own head before I try to settle anything with anyone. What pissed out that clip that we just listened to is because she has this shit all wrong. The fact that Penny and I were going to do a channel together is really not as big as she's making it sound. She's making it sound as if Penny and I were going to start this channel and we were both going to branch off and reel in these poor victims. If I don't know what she thought we were going to do. I don't know anything about this fake. All I know is that somewhere in the mix, there was a sub by the name that has the same first name as I do. And she got thrown into the mix somehow. So I don't know if Tiffers is getting me mixed up with that person. But Tiffany, I don't appreciate you going out here and telling people that I sought a victim's family out to do something sketchy. That's not how I operate. And there's not one bad thing that any victim's family that I've ever spoken to you would ever say. I don't go out here pretending that I can do things I can't. These people that I talk to are people who can't get attention for their loved one's case. Nobody cares. And that's the people I want to give a voice to. I don't need you out here tainting YouTube with false information. Penny sent me, I got an email saying that I was, invited to be an administrator or whatever on her channel. I didn't see it in time. I'm horrible at checking email. So if you tell me about that in a couple of days, it's going to take at least. I didn't see the email in time. So then she and Scott got their thing going. That's all there is to it. That's where the story ends. Penny and I started around the same time. We both could appreciate those first timers' nerves and anxiety that comes along with starting a channel. It's something brand new. And believe it or not, I'm kind of a shy person. I really am. That's probably why I don't go live more than I do, because the anxiety I have to eat so many gummies. But yeah, it was something new to us, and we didn't really, like, Penny and I knew each other from AB's chat long before Tiffany came along. So going out here and telling people stories and then snapping back at them and saying, oh, it's not even your story to tell. Well, bitch, it's not your story to tell either, especially if you're not going to tell it the right way. The behaviors and the actions and the attitudes that I've seen once I got to know you better, you were no longer that put together person that sat on that interview with Marissa and what's his face, that news guy. I don't know. Because once I got to know you and I got to see you at work board and stuff like that, you started to look a whole lot different to me. And I don't know what's wrong with you. I tried to be your cheerleader. I tried to be your head bitch minion. Not really. But, I was there for you. I overlooked all this shit that everyone had said, the Duncan shit and how she takes advantage of people and friends are disposable. I like to learn the hard way and find things out for myself. Like I either have to see something play out for myself or it has to happen to me. I don't just take everyone's word for it because I know how it works. You have one person that forms an opinion about someone and then, you're hated as a group. Like it's a group effort all the time. I'm not like, I can't be like that. I just can't. So I gave you the benefit of the doubt and I just let all that other shit go out the window. I was like, well, we've all done shit in our past that we're not proud of and whatever. But damn, you just did all the things that everyone said you would do. And I felt like the biggest fool. I felt like such a jackass because I really did. And I don't know. What you did to me that last time, icing me out, I was super pissed at you at the time. I hated your guts. I didn't want to talk about it. And I even told a couple of people this. In fact, I heard that you and one of your mods got a little ticked off that I was in another Discord that you're in and you wanted me gone and you didn't get your way. And so now that's a problem. Like, why would you even think that you can dictate that kind of stuff to people? I would never go to someone I called hun and loved and adored and be like, yo, either you get rid of this person, or I'm done with you. Well, you can't always have your cake and eat it too. So now she's got a problem with that person. And that's just, it's so ridiculous. Yeah, Jada, teaming up is good in a sense. And, that's really all the breath I want to give her. I needed to let people know that if you're not familiar with any of the work I've done on the Aaron Key case, all of the videos are still up on my channel. It tells exactly how Lisa and I met, and tells his story. And tomorrow I'm going to be going live and catching up with Lisa. And we're going to talk cases now and all the new developments and people that have come and gone that have worked on the case. And we're going to talk a little bit more about this fake Fed and all of that. But for you to come on here and say that I sought anyone out for nefarious reasons, or, I don't know, just to screw with their mind, I guess that would be the only reason to do something like that. It's just crazy. So now I had to come know that Tiffany was wrong, and that's not how it happened. So that's that. Now, what did that experience teach me? That experience taught me to not get too close to people. That experience taught me to be a little more cautious. That experience taught me that I will do everything on my own. Now, that's not to say that I don't talk to other creators behind the scenes. Yes, I do. But I have healthy boundaries in place that work for me. I don't expect that anyone I associate with or talk to on any level other than just YouTube, I don't expect them to fall in line and only talk to the people that I get along with. We're not all going to like each other. I don't get mad when I see mods or subs of mine in other chats of people that I don't get along with, because they're allowed to have their opinions too. I'm not going to stunt them when it comes to stuff like that. All this is just having discussions about things. We can all be adults about it. I do my best to stay out of this shit. Like, I don't get too deep with it. Being her friend or acquaintance or even just her mod became like a full-time job. It was be in Discord, and when you're not in Discord, in a watch party or talking about people. And don't get me wrong, if you think that you're in the top room, the room where all the cool, you better believe that there's going to be 5 more rooms where other people are talking about you. That's just how it is. You never actually get to that rooftop level that you pay for with your membership. And even the people that she loves the most, she has talked about it. I think it came out recently that she had even said stuff about um, one of her mods. I don't really want to drop a whole lot of names, but talking about her home life and issues that they were. I'm here to say to that person that has this type of life with any kind of problems at home, she definitely does talk about you, and she has questioned the validity of your story, because I've had multiple people tell me that, even when they were cool with you. I'm well aware of all the people that talked crap about me in that Discord when I was iced out the second time, and I'm just going to say it right here in front of God and everybody. I get it. I don't hold it against any of you because I know how she operates. I know that I didn't have any issues with any of you. So I knew that when you stopped talking to me, it was to make her happy. Because if she's going to ice me out from being in someone else's chat, then how can you go in my chat and not risk the same thing? So I get it. And to those of you who genuinely don't like me, that's cool. I can accept that too. I have to say that the stress and, the frustration that I have over YouTube, it's mainly just watching all this other shit play out. It's good. All is forgiven, all is well. It is what it is. I know why, but and for any of you who are unsure, the things that she told you about me are probably not true. So if anyone has any questions, I'm an open book. You can always ask me. But because of that experience, I just look at the relationships that I form here a little bit different. I have my guard up, and it sucks that some of the people that have to go through this shit, you know, this is their way of communicating with the outside world for whatever reason, whether they're homebound because they have health issues, or whether they're an introvert who just doesn't like to get out there, or someone who can't afford to go driving around wasting gas or do like that. It sucks to see people who just genuinely shit. So I try not to play a role in that. Um, if I have a problem with someone, I'm gonna handle that, you know, in my way without an audience. I'm gonna go directly to that person and be like, look, you I have questions about this, or I feel this, and we talk it out that way. Because Lord knows that things that I might have issues with, there's probably already a bunch of people already addressing the situation. And but I don't know. I don't want to get on here and fight with people all the time. I don't go out here and put, it's not that I don't care, don't want to defend anyone. It's that we're all big people and we can all handle ourselves. The people who are in my little circle, and trust and believe my circle is very small when it comes to people that I talk to on anything other than a YouTube level. Um, they know who they are, and if they don't already know it and they're listening, I'm just a phone call away. These are people that have my real phone number. These are people who get in touch with me. I'm friendly with just about everyone, and that's peaceful for me. It takes a lot to push me to the point to where I just don't like you. I'm a little too forgiving at times, but once I get pushed to that point, I'm done. And I'm at that point with Tiffany. I'm done. I'm sure she's going to do a whole freaking Pretty Little Liars episode 457 soon. I don't know. But if you're going to mention my name and include untruths with it or question my ethics or my moral compass, then I'm damn sure going to come on here and mention your name and put you in check. I did nothing to you to justify the way you treated me. You were an asshole to me, just like you were an asshole to many before me, and you're being an asshole in this very moment to many people. And if y'all are sitting up in the sassafras having a watch party right now, then I'll go ahead and say it to all of you too. I never did shit to y'all. You guys got pissed at me over a blue digital wrench. It's not even real and tangible that you can hold in your hand. A lot of people were there for you. A lot of people have been talked about and called horrible names because of you. I thank you for teaching me a couple of lessons, though. You know, I'm appreciative of the experience because I learned from it. And that's the way you have to look at things when you're going through something that's unpleasant or it doesn't seem fair. You just have to focus on the lesson that you're going to take away from it, because every opportunity or every event in life is an opportunity to learn something. And being friends or modding for Tiffany Marie is the opportunity to teach you all kinds of shit. It showed me who I don't want to become on YouTube. Like, I'm not going to let YouTube turn me into a person I'm not. I'm not going to let it turn me into someone who has this explosive channel because I'm just an asshole to people. I want my channel has been on like a plateau for about a year. And it's just because I want it to grow organically. I want the people that sub to me or the people that come listen to me, I want them to want to be here. I don't want people who are just here because their friend comes over here. Like, we don't always have to move as a herd. It's okay to break away from the pack and go listen to someone that maybe the rest of your friends don't want to listen to. There's 907 gazillion channels on YouTube. You can take something away from just about every single one of them you come across if you're open to it. I like to approach everything with an open mind. I'm not a stupid person by any means. My eyes are always open. But, you know, it's like I'm always in stealth mode. I just kind of observe in silence and take it all in. I can probably find one thing about every single person I come in contact with. Even if they're a complete asshole, I can find one thing to like about them. I don't wake up every morning thinking about how I can make someone else miserable. Hello, coastal couple. Yeah. And that's what I've heard. It says Tiffany is a friend to no one. I thought she had really changed. changed when she was covering Summer, but when she played behind a paywall after scolding everyone for doing the same, I left. That's the thing. Hypocrisy runs deep with her, and hypocrisy runs deep with a lot of people around here, you know. I try not to expect from other people anything that I wouldn't be willing to do myself. Like, if I'm not willing to do something, I'm not going to expect it from other people. Let's look at some comments. I don't even like doing lives like these where I have to like talk about bullshit, you know, like she's getting a lot of attention right now because she's just that mean. Like she's so mean and hateful. And like, uh-oh. Okay. Yes, it does bring her joy. Hurting, degrading others. I just don't have it in to be like that. Let's see. Thank you about not wanting people around in chat just because they're friends or and then they should be here because they want to listen to what you have to say. Yes. And that's what I want. I want people to want to hear me. I want people to want to learn about the things that I'm talking about because I am going to start doing cases again. Da, da, da. You know, I don't. This is just ridiculous. She'll never admit she does wrong. So, for all of you that are being done wrong by her right now, I'm sorry. I truly am sorry for you because I know what it feels like. And, you know, it sounds cheesy, it sounds weak, but, you know, it does hurt. It hurts your feelings because I can never really explain to anyone who's never been in that position how exhausting it was to be associated with her and to be involved in her Discord and to be a mod because you were expected to be there all the time. I never expect my mods to be in every single live that I do. I always go live during the day. I don't do it at night just because I have so much stuff to do for my family. I stick to doing it in the afternoons usually. That's for some people. I don't expect my mods to be there all the time. I don't expect my mods to like all the people I like. I have been put in positions by people, not just creators, but by my mods too. And that's why I said I'm going to take all the wrenches away and start from scratch because, hey, Gavel Geeks, hey, KB. Oh, look, everybody's here. It's so good to see so many back together again. Um, I've been put in a position where there were issues within the mod group. You know, like there would be a falling out, and if I don't know that there's a problem or know what the problem is, this is the way I'm typically going to handle it. If someone who's like a mod or a longtime sub or something like that, you know, it's smaller group within a group. If they come to me and say, this is going on between me and this person or these two people, I'm typically going to say, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. I'll take care of it. Or I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to keep an eye on the situation and figure out what to do from there. That's a tough spot to be as I want to protect my mods and I want to make them happy. But there again, it's not a problem I'm having with someone. And then they get mad at me because I'm not acting fast enough or I didn't do something fast enough. It happened this time around. Someone got mad at me for whatever reason, and you know, there was a split. They decided they don't support me anymore. Some of the people that I never expected quit talking to me again. But I'm able to handle it better this time around than I did back then because I learned lessons from that experience. You always have to look for those lessons, even in those things that or those situations that seem unbearable and that you just can't get through it. There's going to be a lesson in there somewhere. You just have to open your mind and your eyes and see what it is. It's not always a fun lesson. It's not always you're got it with a smile. It may hurt. It might make you angry. It might make you cry. But a lesson is a lesson, no matter how small, how big. You have to allow yourself to be teachable. Every day when you wake up in the morning, you need to allow yourself to be teachable because even as right as you think you are, there's going to be a small percentage of you that's wrong. We all want to think that we all know what we're talking about and we have it all figured out and everything makes sense and our way is the right way and this way is the wrong way, but we're not always right. Ask questions, be bold, stand up for the things that you know are right and always be true to yourself and you can't go wrong. Don't hate someone just because everyone around you wants you to hate them or they hate them. Think for yourself, feel for yourself, be kind for yourself, love others for yourself. Know that you're not perfect and there's no one in this world who is, and allow to make a mistake, but allow yourself to grow from it. Treat people the way that you expect to be treated. Don't be surprised when your anger is met with anger. Take accountability for your actions and stop blaming others and stop criticizing everything that everyone does when you know that every move you're making throughout your day is not perfect and right. Some of the best conversations happen when two people don't agree. Having our own opinions is part of our personality. It would be pretty boring, and I've always said this, it would be super boring if we were all the same. I think at one time I even related it to eating nothing but white rice and drinking nothing but water for the rest of your life. Not every debate has to turn into a heated argument. We have to respect the fact that not everyone is going to agree with us. Not everyone is going to look at things through the same window that we look through. Things are always going to appear different to someone else than they do to us. In the grand scheme of things, we're all human and we're all imperfect and we're all going to make mistakes. We're all going to fall down. We're all going to get hurt. We're all going to hurt others. It's what we do when we pick ourselves back up that matters, how we move forward. What's the point of going through all these life experiences and life events and tragedies and turmoil if we're not going to allow ourselves to learn from it and be better, grow? Don't stay stuck in the same spot all your life. Every day that you're given is a gift. It's an opportunity to do more than you did the day before, to say that thing you meant to say yesterday that you'll put off till tomorrow. What if tomorrow never comes? What if the last thing you ever did on this earth was hurt someone's feelings or made someone cry? I wouldn't want to leave the world like that, but you never know from one minute to the next how much time you have left. It's so much easier to just be a good person. Life is full of disappointments. Life is full of hardships, and there's always going to be drama. There's always going to be people that don't agree. There's always going to be people that think their opinion is the only way and everyone else should agree. And look where that gets us. It happens in all areas of our life. Where does it get us? It usually turns into a shit show. Is it worth it? No. I think we've all been through enough in our life who that has shown us the good and bad. We know how to be good to people. We know how to be kind. We know how to treat people with respect. I mean, I kind of see it as we learn to be hateful. We learn to be mean. I don't know, guys. Couple says I'm speaking to their soul. I'm glad. And that's the one thing, that's the one comment right there that lets me know that what I said today matters. And I always say, if I can get through to one person, if I can make one person smile, if I can make one person's day, then I have done a lot in the world today. Because sometimes making someone smile or making someone happy or just giving them that one moment where they're not worried about the weight of the world, just accomplishing that one goal can be difficult. The world sucks. The world is going downhill fast, in case all of you haven't noticed. I probably wouldn't let people on YouTube stay in my home for nothing either. I mean, we've all seen how well out with a certain someone. He just keeps flying off the damn handle. But tomorrow we are going to talk more about this fake fad situation. Um, I honestly had to call Lisa today and get the whole story about this from her point of view because that whole situation confused me. But no, Tiffers, to answer your, I did not seek out Lisa Key. Penny and I didn't have some big plan to go for her to go seek out Linda. I would go seek out Lisa and we would throw a fake fed in there and call it a day. That never happened. In fact, I didn't even know anything about Linda until the day Penny went live and had Linda on her panel. That was the day I learned of who Linda was and that she even had a son who was taken out in a sketchy way. Lisa met Linda through her Facebook group that they're in together. So you're wrong. Stop spreading nonsense and talking bullshit about me. You cut me out of your life. I'm out of your life. Quit trying to go around and dictating to others that they can't have me in their life. I'm sorry if you don't like me for whatever reason. I never did a damn thing to you. The issue is with me. Either put it in your pocket and live with it or get over it. Stop being rude to other people because they have me in their Discord or they text me or we email each other. Hey, Raz, just stop. If you're going to do true crime, leave all this drama bullshit behind. But I really think that drama is in your heart. It is in your drama is your core. Because everything has to be some big dramatic ass situation for you. And it's really not. I'm glad I'm not on your non-payroll anymore, out there having to hunt down clips and see who's in whose chat and show up for this and show up for that. I never had any time to do my own stuff. It's not that I hate your guts or I think you're a terrible, just think that something is up with you. Something is up with you that makes you act this way, that you treat people so poorly and so terribly like they're your servants. And you just go out here and you say whatever about people. And then you don't even know if it's right. You're wrong about what you said about me and Penny and our intentions of starting a channel. I wasn't out there seeking anyone out. So stop it. Stop talking shit about me. Leave my name out of your mouth. You didn't want to have anything to do with me a year ago. Don't have anything to do with me now. You were only friendly with me for a couple of months because of the situation. Would you have ever told that person to get rid of me? Because you were there now. See, you're a hypocrite. You make no sense. Stop hurting your subs and your mods and your supporters. Be a good person. But, in spite of all the chaos and the drama that comes along with her, it does my heart good and makes me happy to see so many people in the chat today who I haven't gotten to talk to in a long time. Like B and Cat's Eye and Nicole was here. It's so good to see so many people back in the chat again. It's like, I don't know, it just makes me smile. Because for some people wouldn't come to my chat because Tiffers didn't want them to. So I did. I listened to Circle Jerks the other night, and I went and listened to a couple other channels so I could really get a good idea of what was going on. With her and other people. So I think I have a good understanding of everything that went down, and that shit was vile. And probably the thing that made me the most angry was when she said it's not your story to tell, because I'm thinking, you crazy bitch, it's not your story to tell either. So I don't know. Like, I try to be good to people. I really do. I do my best to treat people better than they deserve usually. And that's not everybody. Most people deserve to be treated fairly. That's it. I try to be fair with everyone. Oh, that's good, Joni. Or Joni. They know how to solve a Rubik's Cube in under 10 seconds. I know how to solve a Rubik's Cube. I take the stickers off. Hey, Chaotic. It's so good to see you. Hope you're doing well. She times in your chat. Wow. She does flip flop more than you can keep up with. And that's true. That's what people have to remember with Tiffers is it's usually not the whole story or the correct story when she tells it. But I think that of all the stories that she could twist and turn into something gross, that is definitely at the top of the list. I can't believe she's. Yes, Raj, you have always had my back, and I appreciate that. Yeah, the true version and the TM version. You have to always know that whenever she tells a story, everyone is always going to look worse than she does when she's finally done telling the story. But so yeah, it was good to have everyone back together again, and I hope it happens more often. Tomorrow at 1:30, and I might push it back to 2. I'm going to try not to. But we're going to catch up with Lisa and talk about that, and then we have other fun stuff coming up. For those of you in here that have followed me when I do the Ernie Talk stuff, we are going to be taking a look at the next segment of the Shelby trial. And I know everyone is saying the trial is played out and blah, 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 blah. I get it, but you have to understand that from my with actually studying criminal justice, just the trial alone is fascinating to me because there were so many missteps and so many things that were missed, and you could see them kind of leaning in another direction, but then they kind of sway back the other way. So it's just interesting to watch, and that goes for any trial. I'm just drawn to it. No, I'm not finished with school. I was burning myself out and I had to pull it back and not take as many classes each semester because it's a lot when you're trying to be full-time mom and full-time student and you just ugh. There's activities and events and all kinds of stuff and it was just I went into it full speed ahead and I shouldn't have done that to myself, so I slowed it down a little bit. But I'm getting there. Yes, anyone can check out Tennessee's Dark Hole on Facebook. Let me grab the link if I can and put it in chat. If you want to hear about any of the crazy cases in Tennessee, and we're talking cases that all those controversial and like corrupted cases and stuff like that, that's the group you want to go to. And basically, it's just these people, these victims' families, their loved ones don't have a voice because they've just been forgotten or they don't want to be talked about. Okay, it's a private group, so I can't share the link, but just go check it out on Facebook and you'll get approved. Tell them I sent you, and you can get in there and just, it's heartbreaking to read some of the stories that are in there. It truly is. But yeah, we'll talk more about it. I know Lisa has a lot to say, a lot of new developments. None of them good, per se. It's not like we can say, yay, we've had a big win because there hasn't been. It's still as much of a struggle today as it was, the day after it happened. But if you're not familiar with Aaron's case, go back and check my previous videos. His name is in the title of all of them. You can check them out on this channel or on my other channel, Crime Scene Uncovered. Let me spell it. Um, and you can hear about the case there. That's my other channel where you can find all of those videos. So thank you so much to everyone being here and listen to me babble. I'm all stuffy. I probably sound like a Muppet today or something. I've been sick the last few days. And I will talk to you tomorrow. As always, make sure you hug your loved ones. You never know if tomorrow is going to come. And just be nice. Challenge yourself to make one person smile each day, and you'll feel so much happier in life if you do. Everyone have a great evening, and I will see all of you soon. Bye.